Greetings and welcome to Wizards of Fun. My name is Eric and we're back because I can't get enough of Gothic openings. This marks Gothic box number 6. This is an historic moment for myself personally. I have never opened a case, which is 6 boxes, for any trading card game ever. I didn't buy this as a case. I bought like 2 boxes and then I bought another box and then I bought a couple more and then it just seems to be, I seem to be able to find an excuse to pick up more Gothic every time I'm at the game store. I'm gonna have to try to be careful with this and make sure I don't go too overboard, but 'tis the season. Work bonuses came in and I said, I'm grabbing a couple of boxes. So this marks Gothic box number 6 and I'm very excited. If you've seen my other openings, you already know that I really enjoy this set. I think there isn't, I'd be hard pressed to find anyone who doesn't enjoy some Gothic. This set has just been, in my opinion, a home run. You know, whether you like how many cards are in the set or think there's too many in a set, I think it's great. I think Eric's Curiosa has expressed that 440 cards was a lot for one set. And I think for a set that lasts a whole year, like the players are happy. But I wouldn't be surprised if moving forward, Eric's Curiosa kind of, you know, when they do they might do an annual big set followed by some like smaller sets. But the big set will probably be closer to like, I don't know, I'm just going to guess like 350 cards, something like that. All right, so let's get all our packs in, let's see. Sorry, thought I had this ready for you guys. I'll just set the packs over to my right here. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna try to go kind of fast with these. My first few openings were very unapologetically very slow because it was a brand new set, but this is box number 6, and I'm not one who wants to rush 30 box openings, but I also can appreciate that watching a video that takes an hour is quite a lot. Swap, one of the best cards in the set, followed by Meat Hook, one of my favorites as well, and a Nadir Seed. So we're gonna kind of just skip past the elites and then just quickly look for any curios or foils. And I'll put my uncommons off to the side, or my ordinaries off to the side here. Oh, very much looking forward to this. It can be a lot of planning when you have kids. All right, we got the Necromancer, Avatar, and our rare is a ooh, I don't have this yet, I don't think. So our first unique, you can see that okay. Endless Fence. I've never even seen this. A unique site protects the world of men. Minions can't enter this span of land from the void. And I think a span of land is, I think it's the equivalent of like a body of water, but for land. So if assuming you're playing Earth, minions can't enter the span of land from the void. So this is Void Hate. That's really cool. I didn't even know that this existed. So that's really awesome to see. So if you are playing in, already playing in Earth, and you've been, you know, seeing some Void Hate, maybe it's just kind of an add-in. This is one of the cards that can be a curio, so just always double check. It's not hard to tell. It's a very obvious art difference, but just so you know, you see the name and go, oh. Thin Ice, one of my favorite new lands in the set. Heirloom Lost. I think this is my second copy of that. Again, just for the elites, we're gonna kind of just keep going here. Keep the pace going on this video here. Because as you all know, or may not know, I can and will take my sweet time, if not forced to just speed it up a little. So River of Blood, Dredge is pretty cool, Molten Mar, and Homecoming is a really cool artwork. Pedro Ferreira. And this is an elite. Get that right there. Check for any curios or foils. I believe so far there have been 7 curios discovered for the new set of Gothic, which I guess is kind of, oh, we got our first foil, is kind of on brand because it's supposed to be evil, right? So The 7 deadly sins, perhaps. I think people were speculating on in the Discord. Necronoma Concert. I think I have like 5 of those. Awesome artwork. I heard the Juan Machuca is going to be at Sorcery Con. And I'm trying to make Sorcery Con work. Oh, we didn't get a foil? Never mind. I could have sworn I saw a foil when I... That's strange. Did I drop it? If you guys see a foil slip out of the pack, let me know. I'll try to keep that out of the brightness there. It's a little bright for you guys, I'm sure. But yeah, I think they officially released the names of... Ooh, my first... I don't think I have all of, if any of the Archangels. So we got Archangel Gabriel, a unique angel and divine messenger for 5 mana, 4 air threshold, and 4 power. There's Airborne and Ward. Genesis, choose another allied minion. They draw a spell which only they can cast. Interesting. So you designate a non-spellcaster to draw a spell, and then non-spell, I guess they could be a spellcaster, but spellcaster or non-spellcaster, it sounds like, can cast the spell. So I'm just going to place this so it's not... I like to sleeve my uniques, but I don't want to blind you guys either. Again, we'll continue to improve with these. Another curio of the frog is the frog with the bow tie, so keep an eye for that. Some people speculate that the Moss Troll is going to have a curio, but I don't believe one has been discovered yet. Just because I think there's been curios in like Arthurian Legends where it was like the troll bridge was the curio version was the toll bridge, or vice versa. And the backside of it said Eric's Curio instead of Curiosa. Not that I would know. I've never pulled a curio, nor do I expect that I will. Tombstone Wardens. I think this is like my 3rd copy. During your opponent's turn, this is a 5 power angel automaton with Airborne. So it's just for 3 mana you get this in, and it's a really good defender. People are speculating that that's actually a pretty good card, so I have to keep my eye on it. No foils yet. Okay. It's actually kind of exciting. How many uniques have we gotten? Just the 2. So we just based on averages, we should expect 5 more uniques and 6 or 7 foils. So that's exciting. It's always kind of fun when they're all in the back. I actually don't even know if I even have like a full playset of Holy Water. I feel like it's a card I don't see very much. Tap, you sacrifice this and you throw a projectile. If it hits a minion, you banish it if it's evil. But if it isn't, then you ward it. So you can throw it on one of your own to ward it, which is pretty neat. And it's colorless, so you could put that in water. That's actually pretty cool. I'll have to consider. I'm a water player myself. Shrike Orchard. Whenever you summon a minion here, kill target enemy beast with power 2 or less power. Target nearby enemy beast. So it's beast hate. Interesting. Again, I said I won't be like reading all the elites, but if it's a card I've never seen, of course I'm going to read it. I want to know what it does. A lot of people obviously speculate that this has a curio, and I agree. This would be a great, great way to hide a curio. But who knows? People suggest that you hang on to all of your ordinaries for a while until they're all discovered, so that you can go back through in case any new ones are discovered. But I don't know how many there were in previous sets, but 7, I think a lot of people are saying that it seems a little low. They were expecting a lot more. Maybe, oh, we did get, finally, okay, we did for sure get a foil here. Earl of the Ivory Towers. Here, I'm just gonna make a pile. What is that foil? We got an exceptional, which is not super rare, I think, in this set for whatever reason. An exceptional monster that bites the hand that feeds. Genesis, sack a minion, or this one to deal till... Wait, sacrifice a minion, or this deals 4 damage to you. So you get a 4 power for 3. And maybe you have a deck that cares about sacrificing things. Like it's a good thing to sacrifice. Could potentially be cool. Alrighty. Not that I ever feel like I am due for one because I'm not the biggest box opener. This is the most boxes of anything I've ever opened. Number 6 in a trading card game feels like a lot to me, because it is a lot. Angel Ascendant has Airborne and +1 power while warded, so it wants to be in a ward deck. The ward has been really powerful in the games that I've played so far. I think I've only played against it once or twice, and both times it was really challenging to get around. I think as the meta sort of fleshes out in Constructed, it's going to be probably a staple to include at least 1 or 2, you know, kind of Rain of Arrow cards, or something that gets rid of wards outright. Lacuna Entity, this card is awesome. I'm just going to read it really quick. It's only an elite. But I think in most water decks, this is definitely a 1, if not 2 of. It has Submerge and Voidwalk, and its genesis is you drag a target weaker minion from an adjacent site to it, ignoring regions. So you can basically cast this into the void and pull it into the void. But if you're playing water, you'll naturally have like troll bridges and other things you might want to pull it into, and then you can drown it. So that's just seems like a really, really good card. I really like it. And we got Bind Evil. And this is a Brian Smith. I'm actually really excited for that because I'm going to be taking all of my Brian Smith foils to get signed in January. I'll speak to that while we open packs. I just want to read this card really quick. Exceptional Magic of Chaos, neatly knotted. Disable a target nearby evil minion until an adjacent spellcaster taps to release it. That's cool. Just really awesome art. I don't see any Easter eggs or anything necessarily, just really cool. Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about it. SCG Con Portland. So that's coming up in, actually, it's just a few weeks away now that I think about it. Coming up in January here, and that's my local city. So I was really excited because I've so far gone to Houston SCG Con, and then we went to Vegas. I still have a recap video that I'm editing to upload for that. It's just been, as soon as I got back, Gothic came out, so I got really busy with that, and it's the holidays, and it will get uploaded. I'm just kind of a bit behind on that. I kind of had to focus on Gothic. Malakim, Airborne and Ward. At the end of your turn, you untap this. That's cool. Unfortunate. So yeah, I've gotten to go to, you know, I had to save up a little money or ask some favors from the wife to let me fly to Vegas, and then also fly to Houston. Houston was all right, I won't bore you guys, but Houston was half a family trip because I have some family there. And then Vegas, I just had to convince my wife, like, hey, I really want to go. And I just sold all my promos and stuff to help fund it and was able to go. So that was awesome. And then knowing that there's one in January coming up, I was very excited that the next one, I don't have to convince anything. It's like, hey, it's right in town. I'm just going to go. Well, Sorcery is still going to be at SCG Con in January, but unfortunately, Eric's Curiosa confirmed that they will not be at the event. I don't know if there are any 2026 SCG Con events that will be official sanctioned Crossroads tournaments, which is very unfortunate. Sold Out Cemetery. Whenever undead enter the site, push another undead here 1 step. That'd be cool in like a necromancer or something. Yeah, so you can still go to SCG Con Portland and play some Sorcery, but it won't actually be like Eric's Curiosa who's hosting the events, nor will there be like very high stakes competitive events with prizing and promos and stuff, nor will there be Dragon Lord. So really unfortunate. And, you know, I've gotten to go to 2 of the events. So I am, first of all, I'm very grateful that I went to Vegas because I was on the fence. I was thinking that maybe I shouldn't. Ooh, Divine Lance. What does this do? Deal 1 damage to each minion at a target site, and you may break any number of allied wards to increase the damage. That's cool. I was actually on the fence to going to Vegas thinking like, man, maybe I should just wait for January because I'm spending too much money. And obviously now I'm very grateful that I went. Because yeah, so again, there will be like some drafts and there is going to be like a constructed event, but it's super casual. I would be surprised if it awards any dust. Maybe it does. Eric's Curiosity doesn't hand out a lot of dust as it is anyway. I think once you cap it like 40 dust in a month from events, like that's all you get. Corpse Catapult was my pull there, if anyone happens to be listening. Exhume is our foil, and it's an exceptional, which is pretty common for this set. Exhume, unburrow everything at target land site and summon 2 skeletons there. So that's actually the exact equivalent of the card called Dredge in water. I think it says unsubmerge at this site and create 2 skeleton tokens. So I think at the very least you can just create 2 skeleton tokens for 2, which in some decks is pretty good. I'm actually trying to build like a water sacrifice deck, where you have the sites that like if you sacrifice here, you gain 2 mana. So if you play a Dredge for 2 mana, get a couple tokens, then sacrifice them to cast the what's the name of the card? There's one that's 6. It costs 6 to cast normally, but you can lower the cost by sacrificing to lower it by 2 for each sacrifice. I can't think of the word. It's in blue. It's not a knoll. It's gosh darn it, Wendigo. Hey, Hemogoblin. This is my second copy, so now I have my playset. Really like this card. I think I just like the art of it, but Genesis and Deathrite, you set the maximum. So you just hit your opponent and then play this. All right, now you can't go past 15. Keep going. Oh, they killed it. Now you're stuck at 13 for the rest of the game. I think that's really cool. Yeah, so in, well, you know, I take a long time to probably get to the end of this story because, with Brian Smith, because I get distracted by the cards we're pulling here. Try to stay on track, but by the end of this video, you will have heard the story. So basically, ooh, I love that art. Crawling Congregation, a Drew Tucker. That's awesome. I think this is my second copy. That art's so cool. Projectiles fly over this and other adjacent allies. That's really cool. So yes, I've heard that a lot of people, you know, and you can like, okay, so I'm grateful that I got to go to the other SCGCon events, and I'm also grateful that the event that has the unfortunate news is the one that I didn't invest money into already. So that's where I feel bad for other players who maybe already booked hotels or flights or took PTO. Mazouj Ifrit. At the start of your turn, you lose 2 life. I'm curious what that goes into. Is that even good? Maybe it'll be good in the future when there's more like every time you take damage, all your stuff gets powered by 1 or something. I think there's a couple cards in the set that care about that, but maybe not enough yet. We'll see. That might be like a tool piece for the future. Yeah, so I feel really bad. And I imagine there are people that, oh, that got me excited. The crucifix, or not crucifix, but the, can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. What do you call that? Why can't I think of words today? Iron Maiden. Ooh, I don't think I actually have this yet. That's great. An elite device, make yourself comfortable. Whenever a nearby, maybe I do have this. I don't know, I forget. It's hard to keep track. Whenever a new avatar draws a card, they lose life equal to the number of cards they've drawn this turn. This might be my second copy, but still really cool. So I feel really bad for anyone that was planning to go to Portland and they were getting, and I will say too, I guess where I'm the most bummed was that I was very excited to start kind of training for the event with my local game store in Portland. You know, going there every week, playing online, talking in the Discord, you know, because it's like our chance to kind of represent our play group in our town. Hey, I finally got an Animist. Heck yes. I haven't pulled this yet. I guess it's in the rare or maybe the unique slot. Let me know. Is this a rare or unique? Either way, I now have 1 copy of it. That's great. You may cast magics in your hands as spirits with power equal to their cost. I'm really interested to see what happens with this, but it seems like it could potentially be really powerful if you build around it. Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm most bummed about is I was really excited with like, dude, Gothic's coming out in 3 weeks or so. We have the Portland Crossroads coming up. So let's start really figuring out the meta and figuring out what we want to play, and let's start practicing and let's show up prepared. Like I was ready to do the sports montage, you know? would like I don't want to say get sweaty, because that's not really how I want to play sorcery, but like get competitive, you know, get Sacred Stag was our pull there. I was excited to kind of start grinding and really shifting toward like a competitive constructed mindset, and only to find out that unfortunately SCGCon Portland is not going to be a Crossroads event. So luckily I was already able to go Cranky Overseer. I was already able to go to a couple of events, and then the one that won't have all the cool stuff, I don't lose any money out of. I just unfortunately won't, you know, be able to do what I was hoping to do in all the training and stuff like that, which is sad. But I feel even worse for people who are from out of town who are planning to come. That really, really stinks. But again, to Eric's Curiosa's, you know, credit, they didn't say it would and then took it back. Like, it was speculative that, oh, they probably will have it again. So to be fair, it's not like it was confirmed. No Man's Land, players can't summon minions to this site or to the one directly in front of it. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. You know, I never play in Earth. I always play in Water, but Earth seems to have a lot of cool land mass. What was it called? A span of land? They seem to have a lot of cool mechanics there. I would love to brew with that in the future. Foil card of some sort. A rare is the Boulevard of Bones. Whenever another site is played to an adjacent square, you summon a skeleton token there. Who wants to be in the skeleton deck? And our rare is the Mazuj Ifrit. Probably the card I'm least excited. Although it's an elite, so it's a little bit more rare to get that in a foil. I will be, if anyone wants this thing, I will trade for it instantly. Not that I hate the Ifrit, but I have no reason to keep this. So yeah, I feel really bad for people who were planning to come, maybe lost out on money. So as soon as that got announced, a lot of the guys who are located in the California Bay Area, there's a group of sorcery players called Beasts of the Bay. Actually, one of their members took first place at Vegas Crossroads. So a very strong group of players. I know they have Fanatic Glenn is one of them. Ooh, hang on, a new unique. There's so many uniques in this set that I would imagine even if I open multiple cases, I wouldn't get all of the uniques naturally. Like, you're going to have to buy singles in this set for sure. I don't even think I've ever seen this. The Pallid Bust, a unique relic of Ancestral Recall. Genesis, banish a dead minion. And then the minion bearer has the banished minion's printed types and abilities. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Banish a dead minion. So once there's something dead, all right, that's in the graveyard, I got rid of it. All right, I'm going to put this on my other guy, gaining their effects, and then I'm going to tap to use the effect. That's, wow, that sounds like it could be very powerful. It does cost 4, but ideally you kind of want to wait to cast something like that later in the game anyway. So that is, I think, our third unique, and I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, only 10 left. So we should see maybe 2 or 3 more foils and maybe 4 uniques. All right, I'll speed up the story because I'm actually getting to the end of this box. But in summary, a lot of the guys from the Beasts of the Bay group decided to put together an alternative event. And I hope they're okay with me saying this because I don't think it's like exclusive or anything. I pulled up Betrayal, by the way. I don't think it's exclusive or like an invite only. I think it's, you know, available to anyone who wants to go. So, yeah, I hope they're okay with me saying this, but they posted basically in the Portland Northwest Discord, the PNW Sorcerers Discord, that they are putting together an event at a pub. I forget the name of the pub, so you'll want to look if you're interested in going, but it's apparently just down the street from SCGCon. So if you were already planning to go, oh, one sec, I'm sorry. I don't think I pulled this yet. Varistus the Evictor. It's a unique mortal and liquidator of Limbo. Void Walk for 3 mana and 2 power in Earth. Whenever Varistus enters a Void location, he kills all enemies there. So yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Void play, but there's a lot of pieces for the Void coming out, which is exciting. And as the game goes on, I think naturally there will only be more and more options for that. That would be really cool. And that would probably also make the... I must have missed a pack here. Sorry. Let me go through this. Make the Ether Core, more of a valuable card. I haven't pulled one yet. I've heard it hasn't seen a lot of play just because, you know, getting it into the Void can be challenging, but certainly at some point in the future, like Void has to become a good archetype, and like subsurface stuff is already getting buffed a lot in this set. Maybe not enough for it to be like dominant, but so yeah, there's an alternative event being put together, and it's I think it's what they call like a progressive draft, sealed draft. I've never done something like that. The way I think it works is you do like a 6 acid rain, great card. You do a 6-pack draft, sealed draft, and then after every round, you gain a pack that you open and can add to your deck. I think is how that works. So that'll be really fun. Yeah, and it's on Saturday night. So if you're planning to go to SG Con and do the constructed event, which would probably start at, I think it starts at 1 p.m., you may have to drop from that if you want to go to the pub event, but I already signed up. I'm definitely going. And apparently Brian Smith, the artist of cards like Bind Evil, and who did probably dozens of cards. I actually haven't like filtered in Curiosa how many cards he did in this set, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I apparently he, oh, sorry. I need to pause. Is this my second copy of this? It's hard to tell a story while opening packs. I do apologize, but it's what it is. Satanic Panic by Juan Machuca, who's going to be at Sorcery Con, I hear. And so I hope I can go because I'd love to meet him and have him sign some cards. I love his art. I think this is my second copy. Kill all demons and one other target minion. Better wrong together than right alone. I think this is my second copy, so I'll be likely adding this to my trade binder. But Brian Smith is apparently a California resident. And I was like, oh, not the Curio. A Curio would be so good. A Curio would buy another case of Gothic. I'd probably put the money aside for next year's set to buy a case of that, actually. Just $1,000. But Brian Smith is going to be at that pub event. So I'm really excited because you guys may or may not know, Lord of Fear is our rare. I like to document events. Whoa! Pause that. Pause. Ho! Potentially really big hit here. Gonna get this right into a sleeve. Oh my. Look at that thing. Divine Intervention. Again, I didn't buy a case, so me buying just like a loose box, there's not a guarantee I'm gonna get a, I think it's an average of 1 unique foil per case, maybe 2. So whatever case this came from, I got it. A unique magic and miraculous recovery. I'm so stoked. That's awesome. Return from death's door to 1 life. Whoa. So that's the first card that can get you out of death's door. I would imagine this is the only, right? Wow. Look at that. I'm one to sell all my foils to fund more sorcery. That's considerably worth keeping just because it's so cool. But if anyone's interested in buying or trading for this, find me in the Discord, the Sorcery Marketplace. I think I will list this because I want to make some of my money back because I've spent a lot of money on Gothic boxes, and that is, wow. Nice. That's our big hit. Beautiful. That's some of the best foiling I've seen for anything ever. Just the detailing of where the foiling does and doesn't occur on this card. That's insane. Well done, Eric's Curiosa. Well done. Did I hide a pack anywhere? I think so. Yeah. So Brian Smith is going to be at the event. I think it's a $50 buy-in. Again, I hope they're okay with me saying it. I think at the time, a couple days ago, they were like half full. So if you're interested or you're already going to SG Con and you're a little bummed and would like to come to that event, check out the Discord, see if it's still available. Maybe, you know, don't take my word for it that it's, oh, Ursat's Plots. Nice. I think that's my second copy. You may play an exceptional site from your collection here, banishing this site. That's really cool. Site collection stuff, I think, is, I want to play around with that. Oh. Hold that thought. My phone is ringing. I'll be right back. And we're back. That was actually the U.S. Postal Service calling with an update. There was a, well, I was excited to share it. I hope it still arrives. But basically, I won a sweepstakes within the Pacific Northwest sorcery community. I won't say what it is yet in case I don't, it never shows up. Well, I guess I could still give a shout out, but I basically won a box of Gothic and was really excited. So I went to go pick it up yesterday. Ooh, Innsmouth Doc. I think this is my second copy. This is a great card. And I imagine it will sell in trade pretty quickly. It's a great, unique site. Yeah, and I went to go pick up the package that it said was delivered yesterday, and when I showed up, the package was not in the locker. So the postal service is like looking into it, and it's a Saturday, so they're gonna ask the one guy who's going by that route today to double check, and blah blah blah. So it was a sorcery related phone call, actually. Hopefully it arrives. Crucifix was the word, by the way. I forgot the symbol for Gothic. I couldn't think of the word. No, not crucifix. I just said that. Gosh dang it! What is it? I'm an idiot. I was like, oh yeah, it was crucifix, and that's what no, never, disregard. Hey, we got Young Master Damien. It's funny, you're gonna hear me say, I don't think I have this, and then you watch my video, and I pulled it just in the previous video, but for me, that was like a week ago. I don't really remember. I haven't sorted all my cards yet. But another unique in the form of Young Master Damien, super creepy card. Genesis, summon 2 ghouls from your collection here, and they can't die while nearby. Sounds pretty powerful. Family bonds persisting past underneath is rare, but it does happen, is what it says. That's awesome. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 uniques. So that's probably it. Just a couple packs left. To finish the story, unfortunately, SCGCon Portland will not be an official Eric's Curiosa Crossroads event. If you're still planning to go, Lesser Blood Demon Ordinary foil is going to get signed by Brian Smith. I think this is my second copy of that. Because he's going to be at an alternative event being hosted by, I think it was Beasts of the Bay that at least started the conversation. I don't know if they're technically hosting it. They posted in the Discord, and I was like, sounds great, and I signed up. And I don't know a lot of info other than that Brian Smith is going to be there. And to finish my previous thought before I got that phone call, I like to record events and upload highlights of those events. So as much as I was excited to record, another SCG at Portland, I'm actually even more excited as like a content creator to film that pub event. It's a very ad hoc, very like in the spirit of what sorcery is, right? Like the community coming together, Blightstone as our rare. The community coming together to put together an event that, hey, if you were planning to go to SCG and you would love to cancel the trip, but you don't want to cancel the trip, come out to our pub event. That's going to be a private event. We're going to have some fun. We got Brian Smith there. So it'll be like, I hope I get a chance to maybe talk to him a bit. Maybe I can get a small interview, have him sign him, as many cards as I can. It being a smaller venue, we'll probably have a little more, it's a little more intimate. Last pack of the box. So, and last foil. If you guys are interested in the alternative event for SCGCon Portland, I hope you do go check out the Discord. I hope they're okay with me letting you guys know that does exist. I think it is open to anyone who is planning to go and wants to do something a little bit more exciting than the events that are listed at SCGCon. But again, SCGCon is a free event. It's free to enter the convention center, that is. And we got a Harkening Kraken as our last foil. Pretty sweet. Oh, and I love, and it is Braum. So I love the alt or the full arts where you can see the signature where otherwise it would be covered up. Any other Easter eggs too, but that's a cool one. I always love those for some reason. Feels like a full piece of art. So check out the Discord. I can't promise there's any slots left. I'm pretty sure it's open to anybody. So you should be good to look at that. I might get a angry message if they go, hey Eric, why are you promoting that? That was for private members only. But I don't think that's the case. Hope to see you there. If anything, I'll be recording that event and uploading it. So I'm actually kind of on the reverse. I'm almost more excited because being in the pub, I'll be able to get some cool shots, candlelit sorcery, having drinks, having some food. It should be a good time. And again, in the spirit of like, hey, when the event falls apart, the sorcery community comes together to make something awesome happen. So shout out to Beasts of the Bay for helping getting that going. I had nothing to do with it, but I guess the one thing I can do to help promote it or just to help to contribute to the community, if they will allow me, is to film the event and upload a highlight for everyone to watch. So I hope you look forward to that. I hope everyone's cool with that, allowing me to film. I'm sure they will be. But anyways, a great box. Very cool. The Divine Intervention. I'm curious what this is, the value is in foil, so I can trade for more Gothic cards that I still need. I still need a Putrid Presence is the unique that I'm personally looking for as a water player. So I hope we can get it in the next box, but I think we got a few uniques here that I can put into my trade binder, but also just some that I needed for my collection. So, and time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that wasn't too slow. That was, believe it or not, me going really fast. That felt really fast to me. But trying to tell a story while doing that is always a challenge. So I hope you made it through. I hope to see you guys either way. I still will be at SCGCon Portland, probably not on Sunday, but definitely for the Friday and the Saturday, I'll be drafting and playing in the Constructed, and then probably leaving the Constructed early to go to that pub event that I mentioned, and it should be fun. I'm still trying to work out whether or not I'm going to SorceryCon. I think I am going to be able to go, but it's not 1000%, so I will let you guys know as soon as I know. If you're planning to go to SorceryCon, let me know. Would love to meet you. I'm going to be filming like crazy if I can go, and I'd be super excited to get to go. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe and like and comment if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.